This is verse 15 of the second chapter, Gospel of Matthew. We are mid-sentence. Matthew has indicated that in obedience to the instruction of an angel, Joseph has taken Mary and the newborn child Jesus, or maybe a small child, maybe 1 or 2 years old, we don't know for sure, taken them to Egypt. And of course, picking up the story there, we have verse 15, so Kai, the connective ein. This is from ami, I am, third person singular imperfect active indicative. So it's translated was, and was, eke. Eke is an inclinable adverb, it means there. So and was there. This is the singular, of course, referring to Joseph, who we've already learned has taken his family with him. So he was there. Heos is a preposition, takes the genitive, and we have the genitive here, tes, the genitive feminine, singular article, the, and then telutes, which is a noun, again a feminine noun, and the genitive singular. It means death, somewhat less common than the word thanatos, which also means death. You'll notice the telu here is actually from the word telos, which means the end or conclusion of something, and so this points more to the death, meaning the final conclusion of a life, and so for whatever reasons Matthew has used this one, so until the death. And then again in the genitive herodu, referring to Herod, the proper name. And then he adds this explanatory clause. So we have hena, which is a conjunction, takes the subjunctive. So here we have plerothe. Plerothe is third person singular, aorist passive subjunctive. So in order that, and then it might be fulfilled, the passive there. To rethen, so the word, the idea, the having been spoken word. This is actually an aorist passive participle. It's the neuter singular nominative referring to the rhema, the word. So the it might be fulfilled, the having been spoken word is the idea. Hupo, by, preposition, takes the genitive, so we have the genitive kuriou, by Lord, or by the Lord. And then again another preposition, dia. This also takes the genitive to prophetu, through the prophet. So it was spoken by the Lord, it's a word that was spoken, the having been spoken word by the Lord through the prophet. Legontes, from lego I say, this is a present participle. This is the present active participle, masculine singular genitive, saying. And then eggs, the preposition out of, takes the genitive aiguptu, out of Egypt, proper name for Egypt. Ekale sa, this is from kaleo, I call, it's the first person singular. Aorist active indicative, I have called, or out of Egypt I called. Ton huion, the direct object, the son, mu of me, first person genitive of the pronoun. The text that's in view here is Hosea chapter 11 verse 1, which of course is not a messianic text on its face. It's referring to the children of Israel having been called out of Egypt, and is an allusion back to the Exodus account. And the use of it here, of course, is simply not so much to say that this is a direct fulfillment of a prophecy as such, but to fulfill the notion that the Messiah would be tied to the people of God, and that even as they were called out of Egypt, he is now being called out of Egypt, and he sort of tracks with them, identifies with them in his time that he spends there in exile in Egypt before he's called back into Israel.